You're gonna take your hands off me. Take your hands off. Take your body off me. I did not touch anybody.
In the moments leading up to the beginning of this video, showing Columbia University student Alexander McNab being pinned down by Barnard campus police, the senior says he was just coming from a 2-hour-long dance practice and was hungry. After checking a Facebook group that details where students can get free food on campus, he noticed Caroline Cutlip's post. The grub was at Barnard's Milstein building. Students who attend both Columbia and Barnard have access to each other's campuses with their student ID, but students say checking of the IDs is loosely enforced.
Not long after I passed through the Barnard gates, I hear somebody yelling, "Hello, sir! Hello, sir!"
Let's walk outside. Let me show you my ID. You want to see my ID? I'm a Columbia University student. You see this? That's me. This is the third time Barnard Public Safety has chased me down. Walk outside. And you put your hands on me. I didn't touch any of you.
Alexander says a similar situation happened to him twice before at Barnard and once at Columbia.
Not to be ashamed of yourself. Walk outside. I'm not walking outside. I'm a Columbia University student. You saw my ID. Give me my ID back. I'm gonna hold on to your ID. No, I need my ID. I'm gonna hold on to your ID. Give me my ID back, sir.
I thought, if you're going to pin me down on a table in front of all these people who are filming you, and you know they were filming you, there are instances where you can see the public safety officers looking back at the camera. They know they're being filmed. Who knows what you're going to do to me once you get me outside where there's nobody?
Tired of being treated like this more than once, Alexander was just fed up with what he says is racial profiling.
You have no reason, you have no right to touch me.
The reason I got loud was not because I was out of control or overwhelmed with anger or anything like that. Me getting loud was a very intentional decision to say, I want people around to hear what it is that I have to say so that they can understand what this interaction is that's happening between public safety and me. The category into which this story falls, right, like comedy horror kind of thing, is very different for different groups of people, which I'm inclined to say falls along racial lines.
The next day, Barnard held a listening session where students and school officials voiced their concerns.
Is the policy to have 6 public safety officers follow them into a building and then harass them and pin them down to a table, or is there a different policy, or is it just arbitrary that the public safety officers get to decide based on how someone looks?
So this is exactly the subject of what we need to investigate and ask questions on.
We reached out to both Columbia and Barnard for comment. Barnard officials sent over a statement saying it is school policy that everyone entering their gates after 11 p.m. is required to show student ID. That policy was implemented back in 2013. The college's president, Sion Bylock, said in part that she has reached out to Alex on the matter. The officers involved have been placed on paid administrative leave pending investigation. The college has hired a third party to investigate the incident. Columbia has not yet responded to our request. At this point, Alex hasn't decided whether or not he'll take legal action, but he will meet with Barnard officials.
And do I want them to be fired? I don't think it would be a problem if they were fired, but I don't think that the problem is them. I think they're a manifestation of a larger problem, right? And I think that when we have these kind of witch hunts, right, where we focus on specific individuals, then, we ignore the system that created those individuals.
What Alexander wants from this whole thing, positive change.
But to make sure that that word comes off clearly and then translates into positive change that is tangible, sustainable, significant, and structural, because it is a structural problem. It's not an individual problem.
For InsideEdition.com, I'm Stephanie Officer.